Hi, this is Don Chamberlain, Great Wave Engineering. A while back, my friend Richard, the Pond Guru, developed a filter rebuild kit in the UK, utilizing coarse and medium reticulated convoluted foam, along with a fine polyester matte filter polishing mat. There's been a lot of interest in that here in the States, and so I've located a supplier, and now I'm going to be rebuilding an Eheim filter using similar material to see how well it works, and if it works out, we'll make that available for sale here. Hopefully it'll work out. We'll follow this experiment with great interest, and I hope you will too. Thank you. So the first step in the process will be to cut the filter pads we need to fit in the Eheim filter. So Great Wave is going to provide 3 foam filter mats. The coarse, which we're looking at right now, is 10 pores per inch. And then we've got a medium, which is 20 pores per inch. And then finally, the fine 1/4 inch thick mat, which is 50 pores per inch. So this is a little different than what the Pond Guru is offering. He's using a polyester filter polishing mat. I'm going to try this out and see how it works. And so this is an existing filter pad from the Eheim filter. We're going to use this as our pattern. Try to cut out some filter pads using our foam. The Great Wave mats are 12 by 12 inches and about 1.5 inches thick, the convoluted foam. And so we're going to see now if we can cut out a reasonable facsimile of that Eheim foam. So it cuts fairly easily with a box cutter, a nice sharp knife. It's not quite as smooth as the machine cut that was on the Eheim foam, but I think it'll be adequate. Cut it just a hair oversized. Want to make sure we get a good tight fit in there. So now I'm going to do this again for the other 2 pads. So there, we've got our 3 pads cut. Now we're ready to go off to Genki Koi and rebuild their filter. So we'll see how that works out tomorrow. So the other component of the kit is, of course, the BioHome Ultimate Media. I'm not sure how much this particular Eheim is going to hold, but we're going to bag up 3 kilograms, and we'll see if we need all that or whether it's going to take 2 or what. But anyway, here we are weighing it out, and we'll finish packing it up. So here we've got it packed up just the way we would pack it up for any other customer, as if we were going to ship it. Of course, we still have to put the filter starter balls inside the bag like the label says, and we'll seal it up and it'll be ready to go. Okay, so the big day has arrived. We're here at Kevin's Genki Koi. I'm going to go inside now and see if we can fix that filter up. All right, so here we are with Bill. He's going to give me a hand with this. This is kind of his baby here, so I'll let him explain what we've got here.
Okay, my name is Bill Doherty with Genki Koi Incorporated. First off, we're going to add a different media to the filter. But first off, we have our sump here, and a protein skimmer,
yeah,
and some Japanese filter mat.
Okay.
then with the return back to the tank. And what we're going to be working on today is this Eheim filter, replacing this media. And that's where we're about at right now. So the next time you'll see us, we'll be replacing the media.
Cool. So Bill, it looks like that's self-contained. Where does the water come into this Eheim from?
Oh, I'm sorry. Basically, from the sump, we have the incoming right from the tank before this. Actually, the same water that is taking into the protein skimmer is going into the Eheim filter through this guy.
So some portion goes through the sump and some portion goes through the Eheim. Is that kind of the way it works?
Correct. And then we have the return from the Eheim filter into the sump.
Oh, it goes back in there.
Back into the tank.
I got you. Okay, that's interesting. All right. So basically 100% winds up going through the sump one way or another.
One way or another.
All right,
All the water comes in from the tank through this hose back here, drops into this chamber.
Gotcha. And that's kind of a settlement chamber basically, huh?
Yeah, basically. And then the Eheim filter takes the water out.
Yep.
The sump removes the protein from it.
Gotcha.
Any water goes to the next chamber. Gets filtered through the Japanese mat, and then is returned back to the tank. And this has the same return from the filter. Yep. So all water that's been filtered is put into this third chamber that returns back to the tank through this.
I got you. So I'm curious. A lot of my customers have sumps, and frankly, I don't know much about them. Does the water from that first section, which, like I say, looks to me like it's more or less a settlement section, does that just get into the next section by going over that little wall?
By creating this wall, the water is staying in this chamber a little bit longer, so it has time to go into the protein skimmer. So it takes any type of protein out of the water.
And then the protein skimmer's dropping it into the next section where you have
just back through this filter here, which is really nothing. Then it'll automatically go into this chamber with the Japanese mats and into the third chamber for return back to the tank.
Okay, and then you've got a UV in there, which you currently don't have on, it looks like, but you got a UV lamp, or is that a heater?
No, that is a heater.
Heater.
Because sometimes we want to, treat it for whatever reason. We want to increase the temperature. But being indoors, this guy usually stays about 68 degrees anyhow, even when it gets cold.
Super. Okay.
Which is fine for koi.
Okay, cool. So yeah, now maybe you can just show me how we can shut this thing down and
you got it.
Get it out here so we can rebuild it.
You got it.
All right, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a screwdriver.
Oh, to pry it up a bit,
Pry this up just.
All right, we finally got the top off. It was quite a struggle. It's been a while, obviously, since this thing's been opened up. I saw on the power head that it's a 2217, so I think we're going to need all 3 kilograms. So hopefully we can get the rest of this out of here, get this cleaned up, and we'll start putting the new stuff in. Okay, we finally got that thing out. Now Bill is going to rinse it out. It's kind of funky, so we'll rinse it out a bit and get it nice and clean.
Thank you.
You bet. All right.
A little bit more.
Just like a new filter now. Okay.
Looking good.
Excellent. All right. All right. The next step is to rinse out the media. So if Bill will do the honors for me, go ahead.
Over here.
Give that stuff a nice rinse. We just want to get all the dust and crap off it. That should do the trick, I think. Looking pretty good.
Just make sure we get it all nice and clean.
Alrighty. Very good. Thank you, sir. Alright, so now the next step, now that we've got it cleaned out, we're going to add the mechanical filtration. Here we've got the coarse, medium, and fine, and Bill's going to go ahead and put that down there on that in the beginning, or at the entrance of the thing. And you see we've got it cut nice and snug, so it should get everything pretty well.
Just pat
Super.
it down.
All right, so let's go
add the
ahead
media.
and let's go ahead and fill it up with media. See how well it does here with the 3 kg. It looks like we might have to get a little more, but we got plenty more where that came from. So if we do,
Really good
not a
stuff.
big deal.
Good size, especially for an aquarium. It's perfect. I don't want to pour it in there and break it.
yeah, well, it wouldn't hurt it to break it, but yeah, it's easy to put in. One of our customers actually, if some of the other canister filters have trays, and one of our customers actually did a real nice video where he
Broke it up?
he demonstrated it by putting it in there nice and neat.
Oh,
He
yeah.
stacked it in there on end, and then actually topped it off horizontally. He found he could get a lot more in that way than if he just poured it in. But
Oh, of course.
Since this is one big open space, I think it makes more sense to just put it in there the way we're doing it. And we're going to be
You have a lot of air between them.
Oh yeah,
It'll be really
plenty
close. Oh, dropped one.
I think we're going to be pretty close with
Pretty close.
3 kg. I think that's what I figured for this size filter, but I've never actually done one, so that's part of the whole trick here is to see
That's really
if
close.
this is the right amount or not, and it sure looks like it's going to be. I think it's perfect. 3 kg for a 2217. I got to go make sure my document says that, because obviously we got to have room for the power head. And actually we got one more
The plastic
panel.
housing on top,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
would
yeah.
actually be perfect.
All right, man, yeah, you want to go grab that quick?
Sure.
Thanks. Yeah, we rinse that off. Kind of funky as well. And I realized I forgot one important step, so hang on just a sec, Bill. Pull that baby back off of there.
Okay.
So that's to keep any media from getting up in the power head. But the part I missed that's critical is, can you take a couple hands full of that out and put it back in the blue, our blue rinse basket there?
Sure.
Alrighty. So this is a critical part of it. Every shipment of the media comes with this stuff. And so here it is, the filter starter balls.
Oh,
So
okay.
if you just go ahead and open that up and kind of spread them around in there.
It's good beneficial bacteria
Absolutely,
then, huh?
yeah, absolutely. Okay, go ahead and put the media back in there then. And then we can cover it up. And we see if we have better luck putting it back together.
I'm sure we will.
Than we did when we took it apart. Outstanding.
Put the cover on.
Like so.
So suction it doesn't pull it back.
Okay.
Get clogged.
Here we are, huh?
And we should be
Right on.
off to the races.
All right. Let's see if we can get it back. So now we got it back in operation. Putting that thing back together was almost as much fun as taking it apart.
Almost.
But, now we got water circulating through there. You can maybe make it out. As it bubbles around the media there. But everything looks okay. Oh yeah, there we can see a few bubbles coming through. So we will see how it works. Hopefully real well, but
Hopefully real well.
time will tell. Not sure we're actually going to see much that we can see visually, but I'll come back tomorrow and see if I can get a water reading, and then we'll see how that goes over the time. And
Sounds
so,
good.
All right. Well, thank you, Bill.
You're very
for all your
welcome,
help.
Don. Very, very
And,
welcome.
Yeah, the story continues.
Yes.
So the filter's been operating now for just about a day, and I took some measurements here to see how things are looking and to compare with later results. Looking real good. We got 0 ammonia, 0 nitrite. We've got about 80 nitrate, and the pH is right at 8. So those are pretty decent readings, and we'll see if we can get that nitrate down over time. That'll be one of the keys. All right, we're back at Genki Koi again today. It's the 28th Saturday of March. We've got a few more fish, not a real heavy load in here yet, but we got a few more koi in here. So I'm going to take some more water readings, and then we'll check back and see how things are developing here. So far so good though.